Ready to begin? Number 6. The micro sneeze of death. You're sitting at your desk, scrolling through emails you'll never answer. When you feel it, the tickle. The sneeze warning light starts blinking in your brain. You brace yourself. And then, without thinking, you hold it in. Congratulations! You just signed up for a microscopic game of Russian roulette with your own circulatory system. Here's the deal. When you stifle a sneeze, you're basically trying to stop a hurricane with a cork. Sneezes are designed to eject air at around 100 miles per hour, along with whatever microbial horror was hanging out in your nasal passages. Block that, and all that pressure has to go somewhere, usually back into your sinuses, ears, or in rare cases, your brain. Yes, your brain. Doctors have documented people rupturing eardrums, bursting blood vessels in their eyes, and in extremely unlucky cases, causing brain aneurysms by holding in a sneeze. You were just trying to be polite in a meeting, and your body was like, cool, let's see if we can pop a blood vessel instead. So the next time you feel that sneeze coming, just let it out. Don't aim it at someone's face, obviously, but don't trap it either. It's not worth explaining to your friends, yeah, I'm in the hospital because I was trying not to spray snot on Karen. Number 5. Standing up too fast. You've been sitting for hours, doing nothing but converting caffeine into anxiety, and then whoops, you remember you're late for something. You stand up quickly, and suddenly, you're in a first-person remake of 2001, A Space Odyssey. The room spins, your vision tunnels, and you're convinced gravity is trying to assassinate you. That little party trick is called orthostatic hypotension. Basically, when you stand up too quickly, blood pools in your legs before your heart has time to send enough up to your brain. Your brain, in turn, reacts like a diva whose Starbucks order got messed up. Fine, I'll just pass out then. Most of the time, your body recovers in seconds. But here's the dark twist. If you actually faint, you can crack your head on a table, break bones, or, in very rare cases, trigger cardiac arrhythmias. Yes, your morning stretch could theoretically be your final act. The fix? Stand up like you're in a slow-motion montage, not a TikTok dance challenge. Your dignity and your brain cells will thank you. Number 4. The cursed left. Turn you're driving. Music's on. Life is good. Then comes the dreaded unprotected left turn, just you, a yellow light, and the crushing awareness that cars are coming at you from 3 different directions. You think you've got time, so you go for it. Statistically, this is one of the deadliest moves on the road. Why? Because human brains are terrible at judging the speed of oncoming vehicles, especially when they're coming head-on. A car that's probably far enough away can reach you in a blink, and if you're wrong, the other driver's bumper is suddenly in your lap. Traffic engineers know this. That's why they've been redesigning intersections to replace these turns with safer alternatives: roundabouts, dedicated signals, anything that doesn't involve trusting human eyeballs with math. So, yeah, next time you're about to make that left, remember, you're basically betting your life on a geometry problem you didn't study for. Number 3. The I'm fine heart flutter. You're walking down the street, thinking about whether you left the stove on, when suddenly thud. Your heart skips a beat. Then another. For a split second, you feel a weird drop in your chest, like an elevator floor just gave out. And then, nothing. You keep walking because, hey, you're alive. Probably. What you just felt might have been a premature ventricular contraction, or PVC. It's basically when your heart decides to fire off an extra beat, just to keep things spicy. Most of the time, PVCs are harmless, and just a byproduct of stress, caffeine, or the fact that your body is a chaotic meat machine. But here's the catch. Sometimes they can be a sign of something nastier lurking in the electrical wiring of your heart. If you've got an undiagnosed heart condition, like a hidden arrhythmia or a narrowed artery, one of these rogue beats could tip the balance into a full-on cardiac event. And the kicker? Many people don't even feel them. They just keep walking, completely unaware their ticker almost filed for early retirement. The moral here, your heart is like an old laptop. It works fine most days, but when it freezes for no reason, you might want to get it checked before it deletes your operating system. Number 2. Sleepwalking Shenanigans. Picture this. It's 2 a.m., and instead of sleeping like a normal human, your brain decides to throw a weird little after-hours field trip. You get out of bed, eyes open, but brain basically offline, and start wandering around the house like a budget zombie. Sleepwalking is usually harmless if by harmless you mean walking into furniture or muttering nonsense about waffles. But here's the hidden danger. People have been known to do really dangerous things while sleepwalking. We're talking cooking on a gas stove, wandering outside in freezing weather, even walking directly into traffic. In rare cases, the mix of muscle control and zero conscious awareness can be deadly. Your body is essentially on autopilot, but your autopilot software hasn't been updated since kindergarten. That's why some sleepwalkers have woken up on rooftops, in hotel hallways, or in the middle of a lake. Yes, a lake. If you live with a sleepwalker, the best prevention is making the environment idiot-proof. Lock doors, hide sharp objects, maybe bubble-wrap the furniture. Because nothing says awkward emergency room story like explaining you broke your leg in your sleep. Number 1. The silent gas leak. Imagine waking up with a dull headache, maybe feeling a little dizzy. You chalk it up to bad sleep, dehydration, or the fact that you ate gas station sushi at 11 p.m. the night before. You get ready, go about your day, and never realize that you were one squeaky floorboard away from starring in your own true crime reenactment. A slow carbon monoxide leak is basically death by invisible ninja. No smell, no color, no taste, just a slow buildup of a gas that bonds to your red blood cells way better than oxygen does. Your body happily transports it around like, cool, new delivery, while your organs start starving for air. The symptoms? They start small. Headache, fatigue, nausea. Things you'd never connect to a home hazard unless you already knew. The worst part? People sometimes mistake the early signs for the flu or food poisoning, and instead of leaving, they curl up on the couch to sleep it off. Which is exactly what the gas wants you to do. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills hundreds of people every year, and thousands more end up in the ER without ever knowing they were in danger. The only real defense is a detector cheap, easy to install, and probably the least dramatic way to avoid a tragic Netflix documentary about your life. So, yeah, sometimes the deadliest thing in your house isn't the knife drawer or the attic clown, it's the air you're breathing. That's it for this video. If you want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe.